All right, what's up, everyone? Icy Gains here, back at it again with another icy stock market video. Today is episode 2 of this beautiful series called The Greatest Stock Market for Beginners series. And today we're going to be leveling up already from the first episode. First episode, we basically reviewed what a candle is and what it consists of, which is the wick and the body. Today, we're going to be able to read a stock chart by putting these candles together and creating some sort of story or helping us predict what the movement is going to be like. And it's going to be a very crazy video, okay? So you need to pay attention and lock in. Make sure to ask me any questions on the YouTube comments below. And as always, please comment, subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. And also, I hope you guys already see the improvement in quality of this video. It's literally like 10x. Like, I already love the quality of how I'm looking with this beautiful Mundios hat. And yeah, like, wow, just amazing. So we're gonna go straight into the charts and let's get to it. Here we go. All right, so here we're going to be looking at Tesla. Tesla presented us with a beautiful, beautiful example for today's video. In the first episode, we only talked about one candle individually, right? Individually. Here today, now we're going to be able to put these candles together and create, the beautiful story or the beautiful movement, and we're going to be able to predict what's going to happen. But I'm going to give you guys a little, a little treat that's going to help you with this. But first, let me give you the analogy that I have here. So let's say I have a slingshot, right, with the rock. If I have the slingshot with the rock and I pull it just a little bit, right, is it gonna go far? Maybe not. But let's say I have the slingshot with the rock and I pull way back, way back, way back. That's a lot of force, right? That rock's gonna launch all the way wherever I'm trying to hit, right? That's the force. The more force the rock has with the slingshot, the further out it's going to go. And the reason why that's important here is because in the stock market, the thing that shows you that force, how strong or how weak that movement is or it's going to be, that here is called the volume. So the stock market chart, the charts here, what you could add to your charts is something called volume, and I'm gonna show you here now. Are you ready? So don't get confused. These blue candles are my green candles, but I like it blue because I like Spider-Man, and the red candles are obviously red. And also, we are on the 5-minute time frame here today. Last episode we were on the daily time frame, but here now I'm showing you 1 days of a chart, which is in the 5-minute time frame. If I'm in a 5-minute time frame, that means that each candle just means it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, okay? If I'm going too fast, don't worry, you could, play it back and then review it, okay? And then after the video, feel free to ask any questions and we'll take it from there. So these are my candles, 5-minute time frame. Don't it's all good. Nothing too overcomplicate, right? But let's add in that force. What's going to help us understand the force, the volume? Okay, ready? Boom. So the volume is going to be shown here in the bottom of the chart. But what does this volume mean? And why is it bars? Okay, here we go. So each 5-minute candle, because we're in the 5-minute time frame, is going to have a volume bar. Because this volume bar is going to show you how many people are actively buying or selling the stock in those 5 minutes in that candle. And why is that important? Why is this volume bars important? It's very important. It's very helpful because now you're able to, associate each candle with the force with the amount of people that are buying or selling the stock. And why is that helpful again? Well, this adds this adds support to each movement, because in the stock market, this is where people fail in the stock market. They get scared of a movement, right? And they probably sell the stock because they see it drop big. But something they fail to connect is the volume bar with the candle movement. The volume bar is down here and the candle movement is up here, right? But if if a candle up here, let's say is big green, but the volume bar down here is small, that means that most likely that movement is not supported. That movement doesn't actually have enough force to keep moving that way. And that right there is a false movement, because it's not as strong. It's not as supported anymore. It doesn't have any backup for that movement. Let's say let's say let's say a Mustang, a super fast car, is going up a hill and it goes super fast, but then it didn't have gas. So it's going to gas out and go back down because it didn't have that support. It didn't have that full tank of gas. And that's actually the same way you want to think about these candles, this stock chart. When you're looking at the candles, the volume bars is going to help you so much, because now you're able to associate, now you're able to connect the volume with the candles, with the candle stock price. And I know I'm repeating that a little bit too much, but it's more important than you think, just because this translates into any other time frame. This translates in probably all of your stock trading journey. Doesn't matter if it's long-term investing or not, because this just applies to everything here with the charts. 1 second. So let's go into a real life. Get to Thursday. All right. So this is where studying your candle patterns, your candlestick cheat sheet is going to help you. Okay, because now we are at a very important spot here. Very important spot. Once you review your study cheat sheet, then you're going to be able to catch certain movements. You're going to be able to understand what's going to happen. You're going to be able to predict what's going to happen. This is Thursday right here, okay? And we're looking at this one candle right here. This one candle here is a super important candle, because this one here is going to tell you one thing. Whenever there's a big wick at the bottom and it closes green, this tells you that even though the stock price went down and people were selling it, it quickly got bought back up. It got bought back up, okay? And guess what? You ready? You ready for this? The slingshot force example is going to come into play right here. The same way that the slingshot gets pulled back, that same way that the rock gets pulled back to get launched hella out, it's this example right here. Because now think of the body as the rock and this long wick at the bottom as a slingshot, the rubber band, okay? When you see that body with the long wick at the bottom, that is that force. Excuse me. That is that big force, powerful force coming in. And this is why reading the candles is going to be very important for you to understand how a stock is going to move. Okay? So now that we know that candle is very alarming, that something's going to happen, let's connect the volume bars. Okay? So we have this big slingshot candle here, and we have this volume, right? It's not that crazy. It's the volume doesn't show that support that we were talking about. That connection. The candle and the volume bar needs to be in agreement so that we could be committed, be confident in a certain movement. So now let's see these volume bars, okay? Ready? Check this out. Check this out. So what do you see here in the first few candles that closed for Tesla on Thursday morning? I'll tell you here. I am now starting to see an increase. It's increasing. The volume is increasing. The volume is increasing, right? The volume is increasing, ladies and gentlemen. So now when the volume bars are increasing consistently, slowly, that is just added momentum. That is added confidence in the stock price moving. That is just added support, added confidence. Now you're getting this volume in agreement with the candles. And I think the one candle to look at, to be extra confident in, is this one right here. Because once you study those candles, once you understand what these candles mean, you're going to be able to create these stories, these connections. This candle here is a full body bar. This full body bar is like a whole rocket launch. Because there's no wick. There's barely any wick. But the less wick you see, the more confidence that bar, that candle, that movement has. Because that just means it's all filled with buyers. It's filled with buyers. It's filled with people buying this stock. Because there was no indecision with the wick. There's no indecision. Right? This video is going to be, this episode is only as good as you make it to be. You need to review these candlesticks. You need to review what the candles mean. I could give you so many examples in this one particular stock chart, in this one particular day of Tesla. This is probably one of the most picture perfect volume connection with the candles that I could give. Because in this particular day, guess what ended up happening with Tesla? Tesla ended up moving about almost $20. What? It moved $20. Wow. Tesla ended up moving $20, and you could have seen why. This is where reviewing your stock charts is going to help you. You want to review these volume bars and these candles. These candles, volume bars. Candles, volume bars. These long wicks at the bottom means that they're being slingshotted up. These long wicks at the bottom means they're being slingshotted up. These candle wicks at the bottom mean it's being slingshotted up. Slingshot. It doesn't matter if it's red. People bought this stock back up. Long wick at the bottom is a slingshot back up. Long wick at the bottom is a slingshot back up. And you see this increase. You see this increase of volume. Increase in volume. Candle with the volume. It's increasing. This beautiful, bold, just a heavy block. Just being rocket launched. It's not a slingshot anymore. This is a rocket launcher right here. Okay? Alright. So let's go back. This video is now 22 minutes, okay? Okay. So that was episode 2. Today, like I said, we're going 0 to 100. But I didn't see a way for me to kind of ease into it. Please ask any questions you have from this video, from this episode. In this episode, we connected the volume to the candles. I can't explain every single candle, but this is when your own commitment is going to come into play. You need to study the candles. You need to study or review the stock charts. There's going to be stock charts that you're not looking at, But if there's one that popped out throughout the day, make sure to review and be like, how could I catch that next time? Like, how could I connect the volume bars to the candles next time? And then you're gonna be able to catch it next time. Now you're able to predict the movement or see as it's happening. Oh, this, like Tesla. Oh, this move up is being supported by the volume bars. Now this candle is actually supported by the volume bars, which means the movement will be consistent. The movement is going to follow through. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's see right here. Let me turn this off. All right. Let's say on a different day that this beautiful candle here, let's say this beautiful candle here had little to no volume. That means the candle really doesn't mean anything. Let me put this on text here. A candle has little meaning if volume bar is very, very low. Okay? Very, very low. Either you see a consistent increase in volume with the green candles, or it's not being supported. And it's the same way for a movement going down. If the volume as it's going down isn't that big, that just means that the movement isn't supported. The way that you predict a strong movement down is if the movement down volume is big, is confident, it's showing you an increase of momentum. That's how you catch that. All right. I think we'll end this episode here. Again, I know it was a big one. I told you it was going to get serious, and it got serious. If you ask me, it got serious. Please just ask any questions. DM me. This is what's going to be a good idea. I'm going to break down this topic, this episode on TikTok throughout the week and on Instagram throughout the week, okay? But woo! Ah, man, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so excited that this episode is done here. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, baby. As always, Icy Gains. We're coming in hot. We are coming in hot. We are here to disrupt the market. We are here to disrupt the stock market. Icy Gains, baby. Let's go.